What's going on? How the hell is everybody? Welcome to another edition of Car Talks with Wagonman. What's good, everybody? Been a little while. Figured I'd do another episode today. I'm running a little behind on work, so this should be interesting. But whatever, let's get into this. Today, we're going to talk about obsession. The things in life that we obsess over, and whether it's a good or bad thing. So, obsession is a topic that I think that you don't have to have any mental health issues or addiction or anything like that to have. People get obsessed over the stupidest shit sometimes. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. For me, I gotta be careful because with my bipolar, it seems like I obsess over things a lot more when I'm in a manic state. So I gotta be careful with that because I'll get focused on one thing real fast and then neglect the other things in my life that need to be taken care of too. So I got to try to balance that and keep it in check because I can get focused on things way too quick and way too deep. So that's not always a good thing for me. But it's hard because, like, when I'm manic, everything seems like a great idea. I have all these grand ideas of things that I'm going to do, and I start doing them, and then I get into a depressed state, and it's fuck it. I don't want to do any of it. So it's a roller coaster for me when it comes to things that I put my attention on. So I really got to focus on not letting any particular thing consume me. So, but obsession can come in many forms. On the good side of it, you could become obsessed with, say, your health, or say you decide you want to get into shape and you live at the gym, and that can be a good thing. You know, anytime you want to better yourself is a good thing in my eyes, as long as you keep it under control. It can't be everything. Like, say, dieting. You know, these people get into these diets where they're so strict that what's the point, man? I mean, seriously, if you can't eat anything, are you really enjoying your life? You know? Like, you gotta make sure that you allow yourself to be human when you get wrapped up in these things. You gotta have cheat days. You gotta have something to make you feel like it's all worth it. You know, you could get obsessed with social media. You could get obsessed with television or video games or anything like that in itself isn't a bad thing. It's not bad or harmful in and of itself. It becomes so when that's all that you care about. Life is about balance. Everything in moderation. And moderation is something that's hard to have sometimes. You know, you get into something that you really like, and you start feeling good about yourself, and then it becomes too much. Too much of anything is not a good thing. And then there's the other side of obsession. Being obsessed with unhealthy things. Like people, places, and things. Like, you could feel that somebody slighted you, or that somebody said something that you didn't like, and you could become hell-bent on whatever. Revenge, fucking proving them wrong, all that shit. And it can eat you up. That's not healthy. That's not going to get you anywhere. Just like I'm not getting anywhere with this damn car in front of me going under the speed limit. But anyways, should have left earlier. Back to my story. Moderation, man, is the key to everything. And when it comes to like being obsessed over, like I was just talking about, somebody doing you wrong or something like that, or maybe you like this person and you become obsessed with the idea of being with that person, but perhaps that person isn't interested in you. And now your obsession is creating a toxic situation for yourself mentally, and more importantly, for that other person that you're now making feel uncomfortable. Because what you think is innocent and what you think is right in your head doesn't go both ways. You know, sometimes the best intentions are ill intentions. Sometimes what we think is right in life isn't. And we need to be able to have that ability to be able to step back and look at the situations and look at the things that we're obsessing over and see, is this healthy? Is this productive? Is this going to make my life better, or my family's life better, or those around me better? And if it's not, then maybe you need to reconsider whatever that is that you're obsessing over. Thank God this guy's turning. Like, I don't need to... Never mind. It doesn't matter. People just... Take a deep breath. Alright, so... Yeah, man. It could be anything. It could be... We were talking earlier in one of the chats about cutting grass and how some people have to have it exactly a certain way. Like, those lines have to be a certain way. And if they're not, it bugs the fuck out of them. Why? It's just grass. I get it, it looks nice, but if it's cut, it looks better than it growing up over top of everything. Or, I don't know, I mean, OCD is a real thing. And OCD kind of falls into that obsession category. And I get it. You can't help it sometimes. But just like everything else in life, you gotta learn how to control it. Can't let anything in life consume you. Happiness is a fickle thing. And everything in your life can be lining up perfectly. But if you let one thing creep in, good or bad, that happiness is hindered. You know what I mean? Like for me, when I get into those manic states and I start obsessing over all these grandiose ideas, I dive headfirst into them. And then I don't want to pay attention to D. I don't give my kids or my wife the time that they deserve. I don't sleep like I should. It all ties together. We need to work on recognizing the good and bad in our lives and trimming the fat. It could be really good to want to push yourself to be a better person. I encourage the hell out of that. I want everybody that watches this channel to have a good life, to overcome their pasts, and to find happiness and love and forgiveness. But you can't do that at a cost to other things in your life. Self-awareness is a giant thing that we need in our lives to keep us humble, to keep us on the right path, to help us achieve our goals. But self-awareness is hard to have. We walk through life with blinders on sometimes. We think that our shit don't stink, when in reality it's stinking. And people around us may say something. They may try to call you out on this or that, and they try to bring it to the forefront to try to help you. And that self-defense mechanism kicks in. You can't let that happen. You can't walk through life with blinders on. You can't let any particular part of your life take over the rest of your life. It all sounds good in theory. I know it's hard to do. I still do it all the time. Like, for instance, the days that I decide to do these videos, I don't sleep. I lay there and I think about it, and I think about it, and I think about it, and I'm up, and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm obsessing over what it is that I'm going to talk about or what it is I'm going to say that day. And I can't turn my mind off until it's done. That's the same thing. Now, I'm allowing another part of my life in being sleep to suffer instead of me just getting in the car, pushing record, and letting shit happen naturally. The best things in life happen naturally. When you try to force your hand at anything in life, it usually doesn't work out the way that we want it to. Life just happens, man. If you put yourself in the right situation, with the right headspace, and the right drive, with good intentions, things usually tend to work out. But if you obsess over, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta be this way, I gotta whatever, I gotta get that motherfucker back because he wronged me, any of that shit, it's not getting you anywhere. It's just putting more roadblocks up in front of you when there's already enough roadblocks in life for us to hurdle over. Why add more? It's just not worth it. Moderation. Moderation. Nothing is really, well, I won't say nothing. Nothing that's positive in your life is really that bad. It's how we handle those situations that could make it good or bad. So, yeah. Stay humble, guys. None of us are any better than the next person. We're all just humans trying to find our way through this rat race that's life. We're all just trying to find a way to live our best lives, whatever that looks like. Your best life may be different than my best life. Your idea of what's important in life and the things that matter to you and the things that you want as far as possessions or goals could be different than mine. And that's okay. That's the problem. Everybody's obsessed over what the next person has. Who gives a fuck what they have? Who cares? The only thing I care about when it comes to what you have in your life over mine is that whatever you have in life makes you happy. Whatever you have in life is healthy and productive and good. Other than that, I don't give a shit if you have more money than me, have a better job than me, have a nicer house, nicer car, more viewers, more fucking subscribers on a YouTube channel or on a fucking social media network. I don't give a shit about that. Good for you. There's not enough good for yous in life. Everybody wants to fucking be something that they're not, instead of just allowing themselves to be what they are. Why isn't that good enough for us? Why isn't who you are good enough? And why is it that we obsess over being this guy or this girl over here as opposed to just working on ourselves and being our best self? A lot of the shit you see is fake. Behind closed doors, a lot of those things are facades. We all struggle in life. We all have our secret demons. We all have our disappointments in ourselves. Some of us just choose to hide that. Some of us want to put a rosy fucking stained glass window in front of our faces and say, oh, my life's perfect, look at me, look at me. And then that life looks great, and now we want to be like that. Why? It's not real most of the time. Money can't buy happiness. Possessions can't fucking provide happiness. Your appearance can't provide happiness. I mean, yeah, I guess it could in the sense that you got to be okay with yourself. But that's a self thing. You got to work on that yourself. When it comes to like appearances and shit like that, you got to be happy with yourself. Fuck what anybody else says. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, whether you look this way or that way, have blonde hair, no hair, brown hair, purple hair, fucking big feet, painted nails, none of that shit matters. What matters is that you love yourself. And in order for you to learn to love yourself, you got to stop obsessing over what you're not and learn to be what you are, whatever that is. We can all be better. We can all be happy. Some of us have got cards dealt to us that are shittier than others. Some of us seem like the world's out to get us. Some of us, it's hard to not feel like, why the fuck do I even try? What's the point? Maybe there isn't a point, but you don't know that if you don't try. You don't know that if you don't at least try to accept yourself. Try to find some semblance of happiness, some feeling of purpose in life. If you walk around woe is me all the time and being obsessed with the things that you're not, then you're never going to allow yourself to be what you are, what you can be, what life can give you, what you can make life be. All of that starts within. Nobody can do that for you. You got to do it yourself. No plastic surgeon, no freaking trainer at a gym, no pastor, no friend, no nothing. They can all be there for you. They can all give you guidance. You got to do it yourself. I am me and you are you. And what works for me may not work for you. I just come on here and share my experiences, share my struggles and what I've learned. But that works for me. It may not work for you. But I just throw it out there hoping that it does. So, yeah. Don't obsess over the little things in life, man. And when you get excited about something and you get into something and you start working on something, it's good to work hard. It's good to set goals. It's good to have drive. Don't let it run your life. Realize there's more than that one thing in front of you. Alright, guys. I'm almost to work. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.